I heard a Democratic senator who got his copy of the talking points about this being rotten to the core, but I didn't hear as much desperation from him as I heard from Lisa Murkowski to actually solve a problem. And I wonder where you think this center is. I mean, I think that Senator Murkowski, Senator Collins, Senator Portman, it's not fair to call them all moderates, but they were people worried about the Medicaid cuts and the Medicaid reforms. I wonder if you think there is any potential for a Gang of Eight kind of compromise to happen around health care reform, or if you think Republicans are as sort of committed to their policy position as sort of the party line Democrats are to theirs.
Look, I think, Nicole, you're right. The Senate is a very spontaneous place. Mitch McConnell has this title of leader, and Charles Schumer has a title of leader, but these members can pretty much do what they want. If there are moderate Republicans who want to work with Democrats who want to try to come up with their own version of things, they can do it at any time they want. And by the way, if Republicans are divided and Democrats are united, you asked the right question. Are they united on actually making changes, or are they united to making sure there is nothing done that weakens Obamacare? I think that's really the fundamental question of today. Republicans disagree on how to do it. They know they want to do it. They just don't know if they agree on the best way to do it. Democrats have shown zero desire to do anything that would actually repeal and replace Obamacare. So that is why we have this partisan divide. But,
Matt, I think what they get hung up on is the repeal part, and nobody wants to reform anything. And I think where there is sort of agreement on the right and left, I mean, how do you spin this as anything other than just a colossal fail on Republicans' part? I mean, well, Republicans have this bill passed 7 years and 2 months ago. Republicans have been talking about repealing it. They now control the Senate, the House, and the White House, and they've got a nothing burger to show for it.
All right, well, let me try. I think this is put up or shut up time for Republicans. We all ran around this country saying that Obamacare was an abomination, and we had such better ideas, and now it is time to present them to the American people and get them to pass. And if they fail to do that in the Senate, I think the
guy who wants Trump to be a hero, Matt Schlapp, to give us the last word. Do you think that Trump is sort of in the state of mind to do something that makes groups like yours mad, but may deliver him a win, a bipartisan win? Matt doesn't stay mad. Listen, he's on my show. Matt doesn't stay mad. Matt, just live in
Talk to my wife. I get mad. Look, Trump wants wins. That's right. The president wants wins. And what he wants to do is to be able to say to the people who elected him, look, we saw a failing Obamacare, and we did what we could to make sure that the premium cost of these, for these insurance options came down. But I think you guys have to look at the very central thing for Democrats. If Obamacare fails, what is the next step? It's going to be a government takeover. We saw this with the banks. We see this over and over and over again. Failure is actually the Democrats' friend.
Facts, taking what is a decent point that sometimes the press gets it wrong, but I thought she was schooled by Brian Karam, who says we're in here asking questions on behalf of our viewers and our readers so that the American people know what's going on. And you lecture us, you freeze us out, you rarely let us televise this. I mean, we were in a White House that was far from perfect, but we never would have gotten away with what this press operation does.
Well, look, I'm a big fan of Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and I think
I'm not making this personal, Matt. I'm just talking about the practices of this White House.
I think that, look, there's a lot, as I've said many times, I think it would be good for them to go to press secretary school. And maybe Nicole, you teach courses, I don't know. But I was particularly aghast today when the White House briefing was going on, and there is a Secretary of Energy. He's trying to brief the reporters on Energy Week, and Sean Spicer's answering reporters on Capitol Hill. I don't know which White House I'm listening to at that moment. So yeah, there are times when you scratch your head, but I think the bottom line question about what CNN did and what's going on with this Russia probe, it does have a lot of those of us who are conservatives, who are partisan Republicans, saying, look, this coverage is so breathless, it's constant, it's continual, and let's see if there are some facts. And I think that has led to some outrageous reporting, which happened with CNN. But I applaud CNN for firing all the people who were involved with it, because it was a scurrilous story. It doesn't mean that everybody in the media is always lying, or not everybody's fake news, but when they get it